Hey, it's me. It's animated me. I'm your host, Andy Burrows, and it's time for another episode of Completed It. Movie reviews, pop culture, celebrity guests, and all that good stuff. Oh, and my good friend over there, Sacha Lowry, that's my co-host. Hey, Sach, hit the titles, brother. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Completed It. Yes, I'm your host, Andy Burrows, and as you can see in the top left of my screen is my fellow co-host, Mr. Sacha Alari. Sash, how are you, brother?
Yeah, all good, mate. All
All
good.
good, all good. Another week to get some more content out there for the Completed It team. And down the bottom of the screen there, he's becoming a bit of a regular now. I see this guy way too much at work, and now on my
Yeah,
on my computer screen, Mr. Jonathan Noakes. Johnny, how are you, mate?
yeah, all good, mate. Thank you.
All good, all good. We are here to talk all things movies, but primarily we're here to review the smash hit movie, the Thunderbolts Asterix, which we're going to get into. Recently come out. I saw it today. Sasha, I know you saw it last week. Jonathan, I know you saw it at the weekend. John, I'll come to you first, my man. You're kind of our guest on this show. Thunderbolts. We've mentioned Marvel so many times since me and Sash have started doing this show, some
Yeah,
3 months ago now. And we've kind of got in a conversation of, what have Marvel really done since Endgame? Have they just been giving us filler titles? Have they just been biding their time for the next big boom to come again in Marvel? And Marvel are always going to be Marvel. There's always going to be a it factor around Marvel. They're kind of they're in
yeah.
the realms of Star Wars. They're in the realms of they're there. They're Marvel, for fuck's sake. They're always going to be incredible. But this movie, for me personally, I know I nearly started a war in our group chat today, Sash, but John, for me personally, Thunderbolts was a movie that I've seen already. It was them filling time until we get to Doomsday in 2026. Full disclosure, there's going to be spoilers in this review. So if you haven't seen it, switch off now. Go see the movie and then come back and see what me, John, and Sash have to say. John, before I give my thoughts, Sash gives his thoughts. You've seen it. What did you think?
Yeah, average.
Okay, great review, mate. Thanks for tuning in to
No,
Completed It.
yeah. Well, whatever they do within the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years or so forth, it's gonna be compared to Endgame, and they're just trying to fill everything in. I thought it could have been better. That's my honest opinion. The only good thing I liked about it, as we talked about earlier, was spoiler alert, post-credit scenes. That was it.
We'll get to that. They didn't tell us shit.
Yeah.
They told us nothing.
No.
I thought I was going into this movie thinking they're going to tell me something about Doomsday. They're going to tell me something. Did they? Fuck, they didn't tell me nothing. Look,
Well,
what did you? Okay, what did this get? What did you like? What did you really like about this movie first? We'll do the good stuff first because it's going to split opinions. I know Sashi he liked it, and a lot of people in our group chat liked it. But I don't know. For me, it was another filler movie. But go on. Sorry, John.
yeah, I mean, I like David Harbour's character. I laughed at that pretty much all the way through the movie. Just add a bit of comedy to it. Um, I can't find anything else about this film. I was totally disappointed. They should either release this on Disney Plus, or they should have just done like a mini series, like 8 episodes, 45 minutes long, or something like that.
Wow, you don't even think it should have gone to a movie?
No,
Wow. Okay. See, I didn't go that extreme,
because
Sash.
Wow.
I
what
didn't
was
go
the
that
budget
extreme.
on this film?
Who
I'm
knows,
sure
man?
while me and you fill
I'll
some
look
time,
out.
Sash can
Hang
have a
on.
quick Google. But
I'll have
look,
to Google.
yeah, did it? Was it for you, John? Was it? And again, this caught again, and everyone. We have some great chats in our group chat, John. We'll have to get you another.
180 million.
What? There you go.
180 million. And that's not including marketing. So, including marketing, that's another 100 million. So, it's got to make 300 to break even and 500 for it to be even called a hit. Currently, this mojo, let's see how successful it actually is. Okay, worldwide, it's made 160 million. So, it's almost met its production budget. depends how well the word of mouth is for next week and whether it's still going to be making money before Mission Impossible
And how
comes.
many people watch this review? Yeah, look, I know what you mean. Look, basically, the story was after finding themselves in a death trap, the unconventional team of anti-heroes they must team up and essentially fight back kind of thing and become yes, you heard it here first, the new Avengers. That fucking drove me crazy when that got announced, by the way. Fucking absolutely ridiculous. John, what did you not like so much about this movie? You kind of told us what you like. Was that just one thing that you liked? Was there anything else that you stood out for you in this movie before we get onto your dislikes?
Oh, I forgot the actress's name at the end. Was it Julia Dreyfus? Was that her name?
Julia Drake.
Do you know the lady at the end of the film where she went through the curtain, they all revealed who they actually were?
Oh, Julia Louise, I think her name is.
Julia,
She
yeah,
played
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Valentina
Valvatine
De Fonte.
De yeah.
yeah, fucking irritating as hell, but she played it really, really well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
What, to announce that they're the new Avengers?
Oh no, just the character in general, the way she acted it out, like how she portrayed it really, really well.
Yeah, no.
That's what I liked about it.
Okay, okay. Well, we'll get to dislikes then. Sash, come on, mate. You can balance the force. We have to get a Star Wars pun in there somewhere on this show. Uh, Thunderbolts, my friend. Obviously, it was critically acclaimed everywhere that this was going to be. I remember a lot of people put in the group chat, "Marvel's back. Marvel's really." So uh, no joking aside, before I went in and saw this movie, I was thinking, thank fucking God, like a lot
Yeah.
of these boys have said Marvel's back.
Mm.
Well,
This is
we
going to be
hyped it up way
incredible.
too much for this guy.
Yeah, maybe I was sitting in 45 minutes in. I'm thinking, I put in our group chat. I was sitting right at the back, so no one. I was in the real comfy seats, the Premier Plus seats in the Odeon. I put in our group chat. I'm getting close to walking out, and I never walk out. It's only because I knew I had to sit and do this. Otherwise, I might have just bolted and gone fuck this. I'll just
Yeah.
read it online. But Sash, come on, talk me off the edge of the cliff, my friend.
Well, I don't know, man. There's no talking no one off edge of the cliff. If you want to jump in it. But I mean,
Get up, cheers, mate.
I mean, um, you got to understand my expectation with Marvel movies post Endgames have been kind of hit and miss like everybody else. They're the lowest expectation. I've said it for a while now. They're on a course correcting, starting with what's that, Captain America, because they did loads of reshoots and stuff. And the thing is, with Captain America, you could see all the reshoots because they did
Oh
a pretty
yes.
piss poor job, you know. But you know, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it was still a bit ropey. You know what I mean? So then you had Daredevil again, course correction. You just check behind the scenes about that one. Was it as good as Netflix? No, but it wasn't bad. It was okay. Um, it was okay. But this is the thing: we're just getting okay content. We're not going to get great content. So the two iffy ones where I was like, I'm not too sure about this is Thunderbolts and the upcoming TV show Ironheart. Got no expectations for those. I'm like, they're going to be shit. So that being said, Thunderbolts. I already think it's going to be shit. And to put salt in the wounds, I hated Black Widow. Like, do you know how much I hate Black
How
Widow?
did you hate Black Widow?
Because it's shit, mate. It's
Yeah.
fucking bollocks, mate. What the fuck did they do to Taskmaster? Like, come on, man.
I
Like,
thought Black Widow was.
Taskmaster
I loved it
was a geezer throughout that movie
until
until the
yeah,
fucking
till the
reveal. And they
yeah.
were like, it's a bird? I'm like, come on, man. That was a dude. She was fighting a dude the whole movie, and now it's a fucking woman. And they knew they fucked up, which is why we're allowed to spoil shit. The
Oh yeah, we've
minute
said this
the
review is
minute
movie.
Taskmaster gets capped, I was like, bravo! Like, bravo, because that ain't Taskmaster. I was like, thank fuck. Because if Taskmaster had lived, I just would have been like, oh, fuck's sake, get off the screen, man. You're not even real Taskmaster. Now, for real, I would have been, that would have dented the whole movie for me. But the fact she got capped the way she did, I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go. That's like, they ended it. I was like, all right, I can forget about this character now for good, forever.
Hmm.
You know, unless they do a reiteration where it's an actual dude. But
I got you.
rewatch Black Widow, you tell me that's not a man she's fighting throughout the damn movie until the fucking reveal. Yeah, I mean, it's a dude. It's clearly a dude. So in the trailers, everything. And I was really hyped for that movie. That movie sucked. But anyway,
I
anyway,
like Black. I
I
like Black.
digress. I know
Sorry, yeah,
you
carry on, carry on.
are. So I was expecting this to suck balls, but you know what?
It
You know
did. Oh,
what? No, no. It surprised me. The humor, obviously, Red Guardian stole the show quite a lot of time throughout. He was, even in the bad fucking Black Widow movie, he was still pretty funny, right? He was all right.
mm.
He was probably the highlight, and he does really good well here. They made Walker's character a little bit more sympathizable in the movie as well, which is how it should be, because obviously he becomes US agent later on. So
Hmm.
spoilers for people that don't read comics, because that's why he's budget Captain America. You know what I mean? So he becomes his own thing much later on down the line. Um, it's more, it was more a case of getting all the worst characters all in a room there. But things that I think could have made it better is if we actually had Thunderbolt Ross be in there. You know what I mean? Maybe before he got arrested, maybe, he left her in charge of that and she used it for her dirty work. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? That would have been something cool. And it would have been cool to see Harrison Ford again. Um, Other thing, like if you read the comic books, that would have made it better for me. Norman Osborn in the original set of comics was in charge of the team. So how cool would it have been if William Dafoe just popped out there?
Is this
You
the
know what I
problem
mean?
you got though, Sash? I mean, a lot of, and again,
Yeah.
we're
But
super
this
geeks.
is what ifs in
Yeah,
terms
but
of
we're super
yeah,
geeks though. But
yeah,
I think a lot of people nowadays, and especially a lot of people
yeah.
I speak to, John, you might chime in on this as well. A lot of people don't they don't read all these comics and they
Oh
don't
yeah, yeah.
watch all these TV. Like we said, I think me and you got into this a couple of weeks ago, Sash. A lot of people just watch the movies, and that's fine. Look,
Yeah.
we're nerds. We watch all the spin-offs, all the TV shows, etc., etc. We love talking about it. It creates debate, and some of them are good, some of them are shit. I think a lot of people, especially for this movie, are finding only the few bits I've read online and a couple of people I've spoke to said, I don't have a clue about the comics. I don't read them. And I'm like, that's fair enough. So if you're just a movie goer,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
a lot of things that go on in the Marvel universe that will just go over your head
yeah.
because you're like, I don't read
But,
that comic, or I didn't read. Like, say for
but,
argument's sake, if you didn't watch
but
Black
that
Widow
was the
or
beauty
the
of, I
Falcon
felt
Winter
that was the
Soldier.
beauty of this movie, though, because even though these characters existed in this show, that show, or whatever, if you took the movie point blank and you didn't know anything about Marvel, it's just a group of people, assassins in a room, because they're not super people.
Yeah,
If you think about it, you got to break down the story as it comes. She goes in for a job because you start off with Elena. She
hmm.
goes to do the job. She sees this person. You got to think, don't forget it's Marvel for a moment. Oh, they're an assassin too. Oh, there's someone coming to kill me as well.
But then
You
if you
know what
had
I
to
mean?
explain Sentry, Bob,
No, because they do that in the movie.
yeah, but
Sentry's not in anything else. He was there for Thunderbolts, and they did a great job explaining Sentry, you know? So you don't really need any info on Sentry because he was there for the movie, you know?
they're
He's
just
not in
chucking
a
a
TV
new.
show, he's
They're
not in
just
a spin-off.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just chucking this new in the Marvel, and that's the
Oh,
flip side of it. In this Marvel universe, you're kind of
why?
like, well,
But then, they explain he's a super weapon. You know what I mean? He's from a Dodge experiment. They're there to get rid of all this
yeah,
fucking government shit. He was a corpse. You know what I mean? He was dead.
mm, yeah.
You know what I mean? Hence why, oh shit, that's the danger. So I liked that it was its own thing rather than me having to do homework. Because I'll tell you this, if I showed this to my mother, she'd be like, oh, okay, I can follow this. Because that's the problem with the Marvel movies now.
They
So much
reference.
stuff.
There's more references in this movie. They reference
Yeah,
Harrison Ford, and obviously in the Hulk, and they reference Elena, and obviously Black
yeah.
Widow dying, etc., etc. Yeah,
But
yeah. Do you know what? That I'll agree with you on. That
yeah,
if you just watch this as a standalone movie,
yeah.
you'd probably be okay. But where they've just gone with all the twists and turns with the Marvel universe and the hype that was around this, I was expecting more.
There was hype. What hype?
Dude,
There was no hype.
I think there was a lot of hype around this movie too.
Really?
I thought the way this movie's been publicized is it's kind of going to be setting like John. I think you said to me on a text earlier, setting up 2026.
Oh, really?
This did nothing for
What
2026.
what's it like outside? I'll be okay. For people that don't know, I rarely leave my fucking house. All right, so outside world, how they're advertising it on billboards and shit. Like, is it like everywhere? Like adverts and stuff?
Nowhere. I saw fuck all.
Oh, serious?
Yeah,
Okay.
seriously. I saw probably the trailer once, any posters,
You
advertisements,
saw the
or
trailer
nothing.
once, and you go to the Odeon how many times? I've seen it at every
Well,
single
I see
movie
it
I
pop
went
up on
to.
TV spots. That's about it.
You didn't
And
see
I
it
see
at
him
all
do.
at the cinema.
Huh?
You didn't see it once when you went to the Odeon. I saw it every time I went in the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
No, it
bro,
wasn't a movie that
I
you
won't
live
Thunderbolts.
in
remember
the
if I could
cinema
sit,
these
man.
days, bro.
But as
I
far as
know,
like
I do live
advertising
there.
it and marketing, I didn't really see a lot of it. And now the film's out there. Spoilers, they're pulling the cast are getting together, they're pulling the
Oh, don't
posters
get
up
to that
top.
bit yet. We'll do that bit in a second. Don't
Yeah,
get to that bit
spoilers
yet.
coming up.
Yeah,
But
spoilers coming up. But okay, did you think that this was going to have more of a setup heading into Doomsday than it?
Of
Well,
the
I can't say
setup,
than
didn't
it did.
you?
Yeah, did you boys think that you might get something that was going to set up this? We're going to get to
Yeah,
the end credits in a little bit and what it did
yeah,
kind of set up. But were you hopeful that you might see something? Because when you go back to look at the end of the Captain America movie,
mm.
that end credit scene kind of, I don't know who's seen it, who hasn't seen it, kind of give you a little something. Nothing major. It gave you a little something.
I think it kind of went back to phase one, to be quite honest. Because remember, phase one, they were always before they went into the bigger thing with like all the gems and shit. Yeah,
Hmm.
you know what I mean. They were always setting up the next film rather
Yeah.
than Avengers, because Avengers wasn't a thing yet. We were all like, are they going to do it? So if you think of Iron Man 1, they obviously like Fury shows up, like if he's going to set up the initiative.
Hmm.
What was it? Iron Man 2, Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt this was very much like that because they set up Fantastic Four, which is the next film.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was expecting, I didn't expect to walk out that cinema thinking you've just wasted an hour and 50 minutes of my time to tell me that the Fantastic Four movie is coming out.
Yeah,
That's how
but
I felt.
you're coming at it as someone that's hardcore into Marvel.
I-
You know what I
There's,
mean?
do you know how many
That
people
watches
there
the
are?
stuff.
There's probably thousands of people all over. There's not millions that are hardcore into Marvel because
Yeah,
it's been the forefront of everything that's been cinema
yeah,
on that side of that universe, Marvel DC. That's
yeah.
been the forefront. The Avengers have been the forefront of everything.
But
So obviously, when you fuck up the
you're
Avengers
not
and
gonna
you make
get
the
like
biggest mistake of your life by killing off Iron Man, which I'm going to go off a tangent here, they should never have fucking done because they completely fucked that franchise up the second they done that. You're always playing
um,
catch up. They did.
did
They fucked
they?
it.
I
They
mean,
fucked it.
here's the thing: if they'd kept Iron Man, they wouldn't have got Robert Downey Jr. back. That's
I
the whole point. That's actually the point why they killed off Iron Man. RDJ was done. He's so rich
mm,
now, he doesn't need to come back.
yeah, I
He,
know,
he,
but how
he
many
doesn't need
times
to
in
come back.
movie
He's like,
land have it, I don't
man
know.
earned 50 million for a
Man's
fucking movie. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
he doesn't
He,
have to extend his overdraft to get to payday. Put it that
yeah,
way.
he
But
don't need to come
I
back
know what
to
you
more than
be
mean.
Iron
75 million he
Man.
got paid.
You know, man got paid. The only reason
Yeah,
why he's coming back now is because he's getting some hefty paycheck and he's playing a different character. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
Is
that's
he
amazing.
playing a different character as in what Josh Brolin did in Deadpool, with
yeah,
like where he played in Deadpool and then he played Thanos?
Hmm.
So is
yeah,
Danny Jr. doing that? So like
yeah, I'm
when it
pretty sure
comes
he's
to him
doing that. I
being
know.
Doctor Doom, are they gonna say, "Oh my God, Mr. Stark," or they could be like, "Oh, it's Doctor Doom"?
I hope it's not that, man,
Oh,
because
they
if
can't do that. Could
they
you
do that,
imagine?
Neil will uproar.
Yeah,
Neil
people
will
walk
go
out the
nuts.
cinema.
I don't know whether he'll walk out. He'll take it like a man, but it'll just be like,
Yeah, imagine doing
Or
that
it'll
review.
be,
Yeah,
or it'll be like one of them things where Tom Holland's Spider-Man says, "Oh, Mr. Stark," and he pulls his cloak off and he's Doctor Doom, and you'll be like, "What the fuck is going
oh
on?"
no, 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 no,
yeah, nah, we
no,
can't
no,
be
no,
doing
no,
that. It's got to
no.
be a completely different performance. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way I could see it. You know, I think Downey's got it in him to do some sick performance because he has done multiple times in his career, early
Well, like
career.
Tropic Thunder,
Yeah,
you
Tropic
see that?
Thunder, Chaplin. You know what I mean?
Chaplin,
Uh, what's it? Natural Born Killers.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I think that was his
Oh, yeah.
comeback film after he did his
Okay,
little
while
dog
we're
slip
naming
film.
movies, can we possibly get back to talking about Thunderbolts? As much as I love
Yeah,
naming,
I
playing
thought
how
you
many.
hated Thunderbolts. We
No,
were
but
just having a
that's
good
why we're here. Oh
conversation.
yeah,
yeah.
I
You were
can sit here and just,
jamming, and here
I
comes
can.
Andrew ruining everything.
I know, here comes him. Andy Burrows is ruining everyone's fun. I could sit here
So,
for 10 minutes telling everyone how shit I thought it was. But, that's what, in all fairness, look, this is why we love movies. You hated Black Widow. I liked it. John, did you like Black Widow? Quickly, yes or no?
I've only seen it once. I didn't really like it.
Great answer. Some people love it. Some people don't. A lot of
Oh,
the Marvel stuff post Endgame, a lot of people, and I'm not the only one, say, I think you've just been biding your time for something. I thought Thunderbolts was another one off the production line. It didn't tell me anything. It didn't make me on the edge of my seat go, oh my fucking God. Yeah. The way you lot were going on in the group chat on Friday, Marvel's back. Marvel's back. I was expecting fucking Thor to be on the end credits or something, or I can get, I'm thinking, geez, these boys are, I can't wait for this. Roll on. I was meant to see it the weekend. I couldn't, but I roll on today. I went and saw it today. Walked out the cinema and I couldn't get on the group chat quick enough. I'm like, what the fuck are you lot talking about, man? This movie sucked. Absolutely. It was another Marvel movie that was the same old, same old. It told me nothing. It told me that the Fantastic Four movie is coming out in 2 months. It told me a few little bits about the characters that I already knew about. It introduced me, like Sacha, like you said, to Sentry Bob, who's going to be the end credit, and they're right at the end credits again.
I didn't
Spoilers.
know he was Bill Pullman's son, man.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah, Dead Ringer.
True words. Dead Ringer as well. Yeah, fucking hell. You can
Yeah.
tell by looking at him. But it says the Avengers, and then it says, and Bob will return. So
That
let's
guy's
get to the.
typecast, because wasn't he Bob in Top Gun?
Yeah,
I'll be
that's
right there, you know.
Yeah.
oh, he was
I
because that's
think
what
you
I
are
heard
right.
Yeah.
when he got cast.
Can only play
in
people
this,
called Bob.
Yeah.
When he got cast in this Thunderbolts, he said, "Do I really need to be Bob? I was Bob in Top Gun." So yeah,
Let's
good
get
joke.
to the other part now. And again, this is a complete spoiler episode. So if you haven't switched off by now, switch off. The asterisks at the end of the title Thunderbolts, we found out what it meant. They are now the new Avengers officially. And the people that have been starring in the movie have been going around pulling bits off posters. The new Avengers are born. Get the fuck out of here with this
Well,
shit.
well, that's exactly how it is in the comics. I
Oh,
mean,
dude, yeah, but you
they,
can't
they,
reference the comics all the time because not everyone's read them.
yeah, but that's why they're educating you in the
Oh,
movie.
yeah, but are they though? It's
They
just,
are though. They've done it. They've done it, and you've
dude.
watched it. And you know what you just did? You did what everyone did in the reading the comics did. What? I don't know. Because you know what? Your
Yeah,
guys are coming back. Your guys are coming back.
yeah, but I know they're coming back. You know they're coming back. I don't
Yeah, they're
need this
coming back.
fucking. I don't need this Timu fucking Wish version of the Avengers.
Ouch! What a
I don't need that for now. Give me these dudes as the
You just
Thunderbolts.
want your instant
Yes,
gratification, man.
that's it. That's
You
it.
just want to be jerked off really well by
Sounds like
Filipino.
most Friday nights.
oh.
We went there on that review. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. Yeah, no, nothing about this movie for me got me excited for what's coming up. I'm not even that excited about the Fantastic Four. I'm really sorry. I don't actually like any of the Fantastic Four movies. I think they're all shit. Controversial. John, I don't know.
I
Are
mean,
you boys excited for the new one?
I am actually.
Yeah,
I am.
not
Have you liked the
What?
previous installments, John?
I went.
well. I'm telling you the truth, I haven't seen the previous one.
The last one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was terrible.
Yeah, don't
I've
waste your
seen the
time.
ones with oh,
The
fuck.
original kind
Yeah,
of.
the original too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I saw the 80s one about 20 years ago.
Are you excited for this one?
I've well, after seeing Thunderbolts, I just want to.
Did you walk out of Thunderbolts thinking, can't wait now, Fantastic Four's coming out? Or did you walk out of Thunderbolts thinking, oh,
I almost walked out at the end when my boy told me to sit down. I was like, oh yeah, post credit scene, you know. Yeah.
yeah, see, for me, and I still, by the way, I don't know how this still happens. I nearly said something, but I was quite a few rows back. 5 people sitting in front of me, the end credits come on, they all got up and left. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you've either never, ever, ever been to a Marvel movie before in your life,
Well,
or
they're the
you're just
YouTubers,
complete
isn't it?
fucking
They're gonna
retard.
catch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm looking around like this. Where are you going? What are you doing? And to be fair, I wish I'd got up and walked out because the end credits were terrible. It had them in their new Avengers, little Avengers suit, and Fantastic Four. Great.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you both. When
Mhm.
Iron Man first come out, did
Mm.
you guys just walk out like everybody else?
No, I thought it was a great movie.
No, I thought it was
No,
good.
no.
I
As
remember.
in when it came to the credits.
No,
No, I
what?
got up.
No, because I saw it. I think I saw it a week and a half. I think I'd heard on the grapevine, "Don't leave," and that's the whole honest truth. Otherwise, yeah, I think you could have been right, Sash. I could have just
Yeah.
upped and gone. I think a lot of people
I
did.
might have put something on Facebook
Yeah, I think,
Because
and I think
I always used to do that back then.
don't
Like
leave kind of
stay
thing.
to the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. Stay
Like
to. I
with
think
most films now, you don't get up till the end credits because you don't
Yeah,
know what's going to happen.
Sinners was the same. Sinners now done it. For
Fucking,
those who haven't seen
I
it.
left
I
it.
haven't seen it. I still
Oh,
haven't
I
seen
okay. I
it.
left.
won't spoil it, but
Yeah.
honestly, Sash, you've obviously
Okay, I'll wait till
we
the
done
end
the.
credits.
Oh, dude.
I left before the end credits.
Have you seen the end credit scene though online
Yeah,
since
yeah,
then?
I've seen it
Okay,
now.
yes, don't. Yeah, we won't say nothing because don't want to spoil it
Oh,
for Sash. But yeah, okay. Let's get back to Marvel and Thunderbolts and moving forward. Sash has just left you looking forward now to what's coming. Fantastic Four's coming. Obviously, we've
For
got
me,
Doomsday coming out in 2026 for
for me
you. And
personally,
again, this isn't me. I'm
yeah,
not here to say
yeah,
everyone has to have my
yeah,
opinion. I just didn't like this
yeah.
movie because I felt that I had already kind of seen this kind of film from Marvel where I was kind of like,
Yeah.
okay.
You're just like, oh, this is just another day in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's not a bad
that's
thing.
fair
I
enough.
mean,
Yeah,
that's just how I feel. And I look, everyone that knows me know how much I fucking. We're going to arrange. We're doing something in June where we're going to go through the whole timeline order. And we're going to sit down and chat Marvel. It's going to be brilliant. For me, maybe I think like John said earlier, maybe we've all got spoiled up until Endgame, and they've done a few good things after it. Don't get
oh
me
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Like
I mean,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's incredible. One of
Spider-Man was
the
great.
greatest movie franchises of all time. They haven't made a bad movie since Endgame. I don't think they've made okay movies, but all of them have been a solid 7, 8, 9 out of 10
What,
easily.
Marvel movies?
Spider-Man movies.
Oh, Spider-Man. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, not Marvel movies. No, no, no.
Yeah, Marvel's
They've
kind
made
of been
some
a bit.
they've
Yeah,
made some absolute terrible movies. But
Iron Man 3.
yeah, yeah, that's obviously way, way back. And Iron Man 3 it's all right. I think it sat in a timeline order. They had to kind of do that to get to yeah, anyway.
yeah.
But for
But
go on,
then,
Satch, what you said what you were gonna say about Thunderbolts, it left you thinking, yeah, I can't wait for what's to come. Or like hey, look, and to play
well,
devil's advocate, a lot of people in our group
yeah,
chat said, I get
like I
why
said,
they've done it.
I was expecting something bad. Instead, I came
Got
out
something good.
enjoying it and
Hmm.
actually liking it. Um,
That sounds
but
like my Friday nights.
and in terms of like, what's coming next, well, I'm intrigued to see Fantastic Four. I didn't hate the trailers.
Hmm.
I just wish Pablo had shaved his tash off, but you know, um, we get it. We get who you are, man. That act the part, man. Just shave the
Mm.
tash in it. But like, aside from that, I like the cast. We'll see how it goes. I want to see how they go with Silver Surfer because, like, spoilers. If you don't know, we've already said spoiler. This is spoiler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The spoilers one. Like that Silver Surfer. If that's Norrin Rad, I will riot. But if it's Charlotte Ball, I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah, I would have butchered it as
If
well.
it's her, then I'm fine with it because in a different comic book, in an alternative reality,
Hmm.
the woman that sacrifices herself for the man she loves, and that's Silver Surfer's origin. He sacrifices himself for his soul for
Hmm.
the woman he loves and the planet, and to work for Galactus. So I'm assuming they've done a switcheroo
Hmm.
to follow the Earth X thing. And here's my prediction. I have a prediction. What if, because we all know that this Fantastic Four is set in a different timeline to the MCU, right?
Do indeed, sir.
Everyone,
Well, I do. John, do you know?
did
You
you
Yeah,
haven't
know?
yeah,
seen it yet?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. I reckon Galactus fucks it up, and then they come here. That's what I reckon. I don't know for facts, but think about it. Galactus hasn't shown up in this one, right?
Mm.
Maybe they're the people that bring the
Bring
bad
him.
news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They lose their planet, and
What
then
do we think that the end of Fantastic Four moving forward could set up apart from that? Do you think anything
well,
else? Do you
it's going
think
to be
what
Doomsday,
gonna be
obviously.
what
It's going to
is
be
it though?
Doomsday.
I thought that about Thunderbolts.
I reckon it'll be Doomsday because come on, Doctor Doom is their big bad. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And then you got Doomsday as the next movie, so it's kind of like,
Is that yeah, that's definitely so after Fantastic Four, that's it till 2020.
yeah,
That's it till the next Avengers movie, right? There's nothing scheduled massively in between. There's a few TV series coming out, but that's gonna be nothing really
no,
linked. I think that's
I
it,
think
isn't
in
it?
between them two is a Spider-Man movie.
Is it Spider-Man's after Doomsday, right?
Yeah, it's in between
Yeah,
Doomsday and Secret
gotcha.
Wars.
That's it. Yeah, I
So
got
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, you could. I think you are right there, Sash. I think hopefully we're going to walk out the Fantastic Four movie thinking, okay, let's give let's give Thunderbolts a rating out of 10. We won't do it out of 5 because then everyone fucking hates that. John, Thunderbolts. What would you give it out of 10, my friend, and why?
I've,
5. Why is that?
as I said before, I think it should have gone straight on Disney Plus or cut down
That's a
into
big shout, by the way, straight to Disney.
45-minute episodes, are like 6 episodes or 8 episodes long.
Sash, I don't think the people in our group chat are going to like John.
Oh,
Maybe
God's
we
sake.
won't add him in.
Ah, he's all
Ah,
right,
they
yeah.
will. Honestly, it's
He's all
this
right.
is why I love movies. It
Yeah.
splits opinion. Sash, what about you, brother? Rating out of 10.
I gave it a 7. Give it a solid 7. It's not the best thing in the world, but I was pleasantly surprised. I'd watch it again.
I give it a 4.
You gave it, ooh, wow, you went scorched earth.
Just,
Damn.
just because it didn't do nothing for me. It didn't move the
Fair enough.
needle. It just it was another one off the production line.
Yeah.
All right, it introduced me to Bob Sentry. It, had a cool power. It was good. And then, it was the characters were, they threw some things back to their past, and they mentioned the Black Widow, etc., etc. They mentioned a few things. I was like, oh, that's a cool nod to what's gone on. And obviously, yeah, if you hadn't watched Black Widow and
Yeah.
said movies, this might have confused you a little bit. This movie, but that's the only thing where we say, oh, it was a standalone movie. I think it did help if you had watched Black Widow and the Falcon Winter Soldier. That would have helped. And Hawkeye, to be fair. If you'd watched Hawkeye, obviously Elena's in that as well. But yeah, 4. It didn't move nothing for me. It was the same old, same old. It was Marvel just going, yeah, here's a movie. Bit like what we said, Sash, about Harrison Ford in the last one.
Mm.
Here's a movie. Okay, thanks. You haven't really done. I think again, this comes back to what John said earlier. I think we got spoiled so much in the heyday, and I call it heyday, hoping it's going to come back. We got it was just banger after banger after banger, movie after movie, and I was thinking, wow, it doesn't get much better than this to be a movie fan, to be a Marvel fan, to be like a superhero, that kind of universe. It didn't get better. And then they were throwing in programs like The Shield, which was incredible. I thought I absolutely loved The Shield, and it was kind of, again, you had to properly concentrate because it did run alongside what was going on in the universe at the same time. And I get when people say to me, oh, I can't watch this to see that, and I can't read that to know what's going on there. And you do have to sometimes think, fucking hell, this is a lot of content to take in. You've got to have a good memory. And because the movies are so far apart, sometimes you've got to be like, right, I got to remember what happened in that to get that. This, for me, was just another one off the production line since Endgame. And there's been many. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's been many.
There has been.
There's one thing that they haven't done though, apart from everything else. Like one series. Why haven't they done a series of Steve Rogers taking back the Infinity Stones?
That should have been a movie.
That's the only thing they haven't done.
Yeah.
They've done everything else apart from that.
They might do. You never know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Could be. Who knows what's going to come? It's the whole fun with the universe and the multiverse, and that's why we love all this kind of thing. And hey, look, again, like I said earlier, this is just my opinion, and I respect. Like I think a few of the boys were in our group chat earlier, Sash, and fully, honestly, if you really enjoyed this movie, fair play to you. I just maybe, like Sash eloquently put it earlier, I just wanted to be jerked off, and I wasn't. It's like you'd bought me all the drinks in the world, you'd got me home, and we'd all gone to bed and had a sleep. That's how I felt about this movie. But boys, it's been great to sit down and chat some movie. John, thanks for coming back on the show, my man. We really appreciate you as always. We are going to get to the warfare review. I'm just waiting for my friend who served in the military, basically. I want to get his take on it as well because he's got first-hand account of what it was like. So he's going to come on and Sash, you haven't seen Warfare yet, have you?
No, not seen it.
No, honestly, dude. Whoa,
I'm not
mate.
gonna have time, to be honest.
John, how good was that movie, bro? Without going into hits home, man. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it was quite.
Myself, no one real. It's no one real knowing, is it, in that movie?
Fair.
I wish I'd have watched it in IMAX, but
I saw it in
there
IMAX.
weren't no IMAX available.
Yeah, I saw it in IMAX, but it wasn't shot with IMAX cameras, which is the only thing I would have liked it to.
It was shot on an iPhone, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of it was. When you read, go on IMDb and read the little bit at the bottom, it's like the trivia bit or whatever it is. Really good. We're going to be back reviewing The Accountant 2. I believe myself and Neil, as he's seen The Accountant 2. I went and saw that last week. Sash, I don't believe you've seen that yet either.
No, not yet.
Solid movie. So we're going to drop an Accountant 2 review. We're going to do the Warfare review. And then in June, we are going to, yes, we have set ourselves the target of going through the Marvel timeline order. Every Monday in June, we're going to drop a show talking about the Marvel timeline in order. That's up for some debate because Sash wants us to start an Iron Man. I don't know if we should start a Captain America because that's timeline. Do we do it in timeline order? Do we do it? We'll put it out there.
Come on.
don't know. I don't,
Your vote.
John, what
Have
do you
you got your
reckon?
Star Wars release order
Yeah,
or
without
Star Wars, I'll do it in release order.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
so
in release order.
Yeah.
release order,
Okay,
release
all
order,
right.
bro.
We'll see what people want to do, but I'll go with the majority. I'm not. But anyone wants to check out our show, go onto YouTube, type in Completed It Podcast. This little logo, that little logo behind me will come up. Just click like, subscribe, share it with all your friends. We're back most days talking about movies, TV shows, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek. A little bit of sport thrown in there every now and again. We've got some great contributors like John jumping on with us. But we'll be back later in the week talking more movies. Johnny boy, thanks as always, my man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Slash, no doubt, you and I will be back. We're getting into the latest Star Wars stuff. Star Wars Underworld. I believe you and I are going to be sitting down talking about either today or tomorrow. So that'll be out hopefully sometime later this week. But you can also follow us on X at Completed It Pod is where you can find us on X. And like I say, YouTube, Completed It Podcast. Just type it into the search bar. But we'll be back later in the week, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time, everybody, stay safe.
Feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of daily life? Struggling with anxiety, stress, depression, phobias, fears, or just trying to get yourself back again? Discover the transformative power of focused solution hypnotherapy and counseling. Through guided hypnotherapy, relaxation trance allows your subconscious mind to access your inner resources and strengths you didn't know you had. Book your free consultation today and let's start your journey together. For more information, please email Sharon at scm-therapy.me